am to share with you that we have Maryam Zastoupil here, who's one of our featured speakers for the Advance Conference, the Power Conference to Advance Women. And I'm thrilled that that we have you here, Maryam, because you have such a unique and interesting story. So I am eager to let's dive right in. So first, I'll just background. The conference I'm talking about is called the Power Conference to Advance Women. It's also called the Advance Conference. We're not doing that to be difficult. It's just that the URL is theadvanceconference.com. And it's happening on Veterans Day, which is Friday, November 11th in Hollandale Beach, Florida. So one of our speakers is Maryam Zastoupil, and we have asked her to present because we think she's just an amazing woman with an amazing story. But I don't want to tell her story. I would like for her to share with us. So first of all, Maryam, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, always like Ashley. And again, here's the thing: like we've known you and Gus through the 10X community, and the fact that I will be on your stage is something that not only I'm excited about, but I know it's going to be really transformational, given what you really believe in about advancing women. So my name is Maryam Essa Al Ali Zastoupil. My purpose is to help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. So everything I do, from the minute I wake up in the morning, Ashley, to the minute I go to sleep at night, is in service of something bigger than who I am. I am also the co-founder and the master purpose trainer at the Clear and Conquer, running it with my husband, Alexander, as well.
Which is wonderful. And Maryam, I know, I believe you've come up on an anniversary of sorts just in the last day or so.
Oh my gosh, you're really fun. I love that. Like you already know.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So basically, just a little bit of a background about myself, and then to bring it to the anniversary part. I am from Dubai. I'm from the United Arab Emirates. I was born and raised there, and for a very long time, like I didn't have dreams, although I was living in the land of dreams. So, long story short, I came. I was introduced to the self-development from my dad is all about self-development and all about growing yourself, and it's all about thinking massive. So I've been following his footsteps, and then I found my purpose, and then I just figured that for some reason, Ashley, for the past 15 years, I was coming to the United States specifically for conferences and events. Like every time I want to go to an event for leadership, for advancement, for business, for women empowerment, it was all in the United States. So it was like a huge part of my life. And then I became part of the 10X community. This is where we met. And then 1 year ago, exactly this day last year, I literally told my dad, I'm going to go to the US. He's like, okay, go. Because he's, part of the, okay, another trip. And for me, I'm like, I'm going to go to the US for 3 days interactive boot camp with a grant. I was going as a bowler. And then I will go home after 3 days. That was the intention. But then God has plans. So I came here. And then a day before, which is yesterday, my husband, now Alex, moved to Miami. And I came the following day because both of us, we decided to go to Grant Cardone's event as bowlers. So we go to the event, and I was supposed to be leaving, but then there was always an event that keeps me staying here. I was invited to Sarasota for an event, and then to Las Vegas for an event, and then I went to meet the people at my embassy in Washington and in New York, and there was things that kept me here. And then 2 months later, Alex and I figured out there is a thing. Like, okay, we're not friends. Oh my goodness, he's right there. Like I didn't like he was always there. Alex has been always there before me, and for a very long time I didn't really see because I was not looking, right? And then it's a very special date for me because it's been a year since I moved to the US without me even realizing I'm moving to the US. So I am married now with my husband Alex, and we are living both in Miami, building our empire here, between here and Dubai. So this is the story of the 1 year anniversary.
I think that is so wonderful. And if that just illustrates anything, your life can change in a day, right? I mean, in a moment. And And the beautiful thing about your story is that you you brought intention to your life. You said, you sort of declared for yourself, like, I'm going to stand for this. I'm going to put myself in action toward this. And ta-da!
And it's insane what happens, Ashley, once you just go for your purpose. Again, I love to talk about, this is the topic I will be talking about on your stage, which is about helping people find their purpose. Because when you find your purpose, like when someone finds their purpose, making decisions is easy, even though maybe it's a scary decision or it's a not comfortable decision. You don't know where you're headed with that decision. You are uncomfortable with that decision, but it's the right decision. Even like marrying Alex, I was brought up a Muslim. Alex was brought up a Catholic, right? We come from a totally different backgrounds. The way he was raised was different than me. I was raised in a little bit of a conservative society, right? There are certain things I couldn't do and I was not allowed to do because there was a certain persona of what a good woman should be like. You should always be wearing a scarf to say that you are a good woman. You should always not. Your voice should be very low. You know, the lower it is, it means that you are very nice and respectful. I couldn't. This is my pitch. Like this is my normal voice.
I can't hear you when you're that soft.
Ashley, if you meet me and I started talking like this, you'll be like, "Hey, Maryam, is everything okay with you?"
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I was brought up like that, and then when there's this thing in you, like, oh my gosh, I'm here for something bigger. There is an impact that I want to create. We hear this all the time, actually. People want to create an impact, but they don't know how to create an impact. They genuinely want to do something bigger. And this is where I go ahead and help people find their purpose through utilizing their natural gifts, passion, and values, and how they can go ahead and monetize out of it and create an impact in this world. So that's what happens when you go ahead after your purpose, for sure.
I love that you mentioned that about, because I was always the loud one as a kid. Like my parents were always like, you're so loud, keep it down, hush. But then when I found, like, no, my purpose is to help as many people as possible. And if you can't hear me, you're not going to hear my message. You're not going to feel my energy. You're not going to get what I'm trying to say. So I'm for being loud.
That's the way.
What's that?
That's the way you have a message so powerful. You want to impact people. You might as well be
Exactly. And I know we have something else in common. We want to help as many people as we can live their purpose, live their lives. But tell us a little bit about, and thank you for sharing all of that with us. Tell us a little bit about how you work with people to live through their passion.
Oh my gosh, that's a very powerful question. In fact, Ashley, 80% of people who come to me thinking that they want business advice, it turn up to be like they don't really know why they're doing what they're doing. So what we do is we go through a process, and I'm going to go ahead and share it here. And of course, the audience can even know more by coming to the event. When we help people find their purpose, first of all, it's not something that's going to take you years or a lifetime. Oh my gosh, Maryam, I need a lot of experience for me to understand about my purpose and what I can do and blah, blah, blah. But then you understand, no, there's actually, it's easier, it's quicker. So I did a process that can help people find their purpose in less than 6 hours. And this is all about looking within. It's not like looking outside. It's easy to show how much money you made and how many cars you have and how many houses you have and how much you, it's easy. It's just the inside work. And I always have a warning before I give people like anything about purpose. Like your life is about to change and there will be no way back. This is it. Like this is it.
Break that seal.
Exactly. So this is the reason for your existence. So there, I call them the 4 pillars of purpose. It's one of the processes. It's called the 4 pillars of purpose. So there are 4 pillars when it comes to finding to someone finding someone finding their purpose. And it's more like taking pieces of a puzzle and putting it all together. That's all what we do. So what are the 4 pillars of purpose? Number 1, gifts. What is a gift, Ashley? It is something that is given. I give you a gift. It means that you have it. It's your thing. Every single one of us, we have our gifts, things that we are so naturally good at. Since you were kids, we are good at it. You know, we maybe we are good with colors or with the music or with being out there. My gift was, my auntie was telling me this, my daddy's sister, she would say, you would be scaring us when you were a kid. I'm like, what did I do? She's like, you would go hug strangers. Like I go, like when kids like they're a little bit, no, I go hug people, you know. But and again, so that's me being social is a gift. I love being around people. I just love talking to people, right? And every single one of us, we have something we are so naturally good at. We don't take a degree. We didn't do a certification. Nothing. You're like so naturally good at. For example, Ashley, your gift is a smile. You have a beautiful smile. It's
Thank
easy
you.
talking to you. It's easy. Like, oh my gosh, it's easy. Like you smile. I want to talk to this lady, right? Like on the calls, when I see you on the calls, you're always smiling, cheering people. I'm like, wow, what a genuine person, right? So it's a gift, something you are so naturally gifted at, right? The thing
Yes.
with our gifts, sometimes our gifts take a nap. Something happens across the way, like you grow up, someone told you don't smile, someone told me do not hang out with other people, don't socialize, a good woman should be like covered and hidden. And I believe that, so my natural gift of being social was put into a sleep until I came to the US when I was 21, and the rest is history. So that's a gift. That's number one. The second thing to find their purpose is your passion. What are you passionate about? People would ask, Maryam, passion and gifts are not they're not the same thing. No, gift is something that is given to you. You are so naturally good at. Passion, these are topics that you discover as you go through life. You actually, your gift is given to you. Your passion is something that you discover as you go through life. For
That's
example, in
beautiful.
my case, think about it, Ashley, as well. Like, what were the things that you started discovering since you were a little girl? You started like, oh my gosh, I love, for example, I love the space, and then writing and reading and reciting poems, and then going ahead and learning about purpose and leadership and 10x and sense of place. So we discover things. So every single person here, if they want to think about what am I passionate about, what is that topic? The first time you heard it, you'll be like, what is this? I want to know more. I don't know how to do it, but I'm excited about it. The minute I heard about purpose or 10x, it's like a magnet. Why am I pulled toward that? And
Yeah.
sometimes, actually, we are scared of
Oh,
that
sure.
thing that is pulling us. Why do I like this thing? It's weird, but this is part of who you are. So that's the second pillar. The
That's
third thing,
great.
yeah, and the third one is values, which is like things you are naturally good. Like this is your fundamentals, things you will never compromise. And number four, ways to monetize. How can all this actually monetize for you? So this is again a very like general dynamic about what purpose is and how you can find it. It's like all these different pieces that you can put them together that shows you what your purpose is.
That's fantastic. And so you're going to talk about all of this
Of
at
course.
the advanced conference, and we are so eager to hear you talk about. I love that because it's not it's something that somebody already has in their
Hmm.
heart, in their spirit, in their
Yes.
head. And it's just about putting those pieces together, just like you said, as like a puzzle, to be able to say, okay, now I've mapped this out for myself and I can figure out how to boldly move forward
100%.
with this. And I mean, that's when magic happens, right?
Right. 100%.
So,
It's already,
yes,
you already have it. It's just the idea of bringing it out and doing it. And whatever I just shared is just pretty much the basics of it. When at the session, we're going to go ahead and show you exactly. And we're going to be sharing some documentations, and we can definitely work with your team on that to actually help them find it or even get a glimpse of it. Because the minute you have a glimpse, it's going to be your decision if you want to go forward or not.
absolutely. Well, that's wonderful. And I know for some people it's almost scary, right? Because when you learn that there's something that you've had inside you and you're finally I mean, you almost have to give yourself permission to allow it to move forward and become something. And I think so many times, just like you said, when we were little, somebody said, you know, you need to be quiet. I'm sure I remember actually sitting here when you said it, like, there were people who told me to quit smiling so darn much, right? Because I was like looking like I was smiling at the wrong times or on the wrong things or just getting in somebody's
Right.
face. So yeah, I mean, we figured out, we spent so many years figuring out how to suppress those things. And now we realize that it's one of the most important things that we can do for ourselves and our gifts to the world is to figure that out, bring it out, and make it happen.
100%. And
Cool.
going back to your point, it could be scary, but it's worth it. How much would it be a value for you to know where you're headed and having the confidence to make the right decisions, because you'll be like, you know what? It might not make sense to anyone else, but I see why I'm making that decision. That in its own is worth every single minute someone would be spending in finding their purpose, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, I am so excited. I think this is just just your presentation alone is going to make such a difference for so many people. So I for sure hope if you go visit, obviously we've got our URL, theadvanceconference.com. If you are a veteran or have a veteran in your, or someone in your family who would like to attend the event, we have a complimentary virtual ticket available because it's Veterans Day, and in honor and thanking those who have served. Go to theadvanceconference.com/veteran to pick up your complimentary virtual ticket. But we are just thrilled to be able to feature a woman as brilliant and as beautiful and powerful as Maryam at this event. So we just thank you so much for your time today.
Of course. And
And
go ahead. Sorry.
No, you.
Sorry, there was a little bit of a glitch there, so I take full responsibility of that. Yeah, and again, I thank you for that, Ashley, and I cannot wait to see you there in person with Gus, and also I cannot wait to go ahead and alongside with you help all those people who will be showing up in the arena that day.
Yep, it's exciting stuff. Make sure you come to the event. Make sure you bring your friends, your girlfriends, your sisters, your mothers, your everybody in your life. This is an opportunity to really experience something that's bigger than you, but can make an enormous difference in your life. And what a great way to finish the year, right?
Let's go. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's go. I love that you say that. All right. Thank you again so much, Maryam, for joining me today. And we look forward to seeing the rest of you on Friday, November 11th in Hollandale Beach. Go to theadvanceconference.com to get your ticket. And we'll see you soon.
Take care, everyone.
Yay. Thanks.